Hello everyone, welcome back to Fight Tonight channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for supporting me, guys. The other day, coach Kelvin Ford, who has been working with the star Jervonta Davis since he was a little tomboy, said that some kind of landmark event was coming for the world. One of those that should turn the world of boxing around. The mentor kept silent about the details, but hinted that negotiations were in full swing. The boxing community immediately began to sort out all possible options for Davis. As happens in such cases, there were insiders who declared that they had the answers to all questions. Davis versus Thurman, reality or fantasy? There are persistent rumors in social networks that Davis will hold his next fight against compatriot Keith Thurman, the former United welterweight world champion, who at one time was the leader of the division and even deservedly occupied a place in the top 10 of the ranking pound for pound. There is even talk that they will fight in the contractual weight. Allegedly, there is a date and place, December 9 at the T-Mobile Arena. How realistic is this? First of all, there are doubts about the date. In December, a pay-per-view rematch of Terence Crawford vs Errol Spence is expected. And the now promoter will do 2 paid events in 1 month. All these fighters copyright with Al Heyman, premier boxing champions. Secondly, it is not a fact that Thurman is a good choice for pay-per-view, despite his charisma and outrageousness. He boasts a lot of recognition to it who can stand a long downtime. However, there are so many cooler options. This must be admitted. Thirdly, if this is really Thurman, then what is the reason for the protracted negotiations? Moreover, people have been gossiping about this fight since 2021. But if it's someone else, who is it? Who are you betting on? Teddy Atlas names the face of boxing, and it's not Crawford, Canelo or Tank Davis. Debate around which fighter is currently the face of boxing has become more fervent in recent months, especially given some of the big fights fans have been treated to. Former trainer Teddy Atlas has weighed in with his 2 cents on the matter and has named a different fighter to the ones normally put forward for that particular title. Mexican icon Saul Alvarez, dynamite puncher Jervonta Davis, and the consensus pound-for-pound king are some of the names most often heralded as the face of the sport, with all 3 generating huge numbers at both the live, gate and pay-per-view in recent outings. However, Atlas named WBC heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury as potentially the face of boxing. Another problem with going after Fury is, and I know some people will probably get mad when I say this, you could argue he is the face of boxing right now. He is the heavyweight champ, he is the most vocal guy, and he is the best self-promoter in the game. It's almost impossible not to see or hear something about him. So how you are going to get rid of a guy that is really the star, in many ways, of your franchise? There is a lot of issues there. I would love to see him fight more. I would love to see him in more competitive fights, Atlas said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.